Ipswich Town's 2-1 victory over Tottenham Hotspur on Sunday was a landmark moment for the newly promoted club, who secured their first Premier League win of the season and their first top-flight victory in 22 years. The win, achieved in front of a passionate Ipswich fanbase, including singer Ed Sheeran who was in attendance, saw the visitors rise out of the relegation zone and move up to 17th place in the standings. It was a performance full of energy, determination, and clinical finishing, with Ipswich demonstrating that they belong in the Premier League despite the challenges of being newly promoted. From the very first whistle, Ipswich took the game to Tottenham, pressing high up the pitch and putting Spurs on the back foot. They were dangerous from the start, with centre-back Cameron Burgess coming close to an early goal in the 9th minute. A towering header from a Leif Davis corner struck the bar, sending an early warning to Spurs that Ipswich were here to make an impact. The pressure continued to build, and it was no surprise when Ipswich took the lead just past the half-hour mark. Sammie Szmodics, who had been a constant threat in the opening stages, put Ipswich ahead with a brilliant overhead kick. Tottenham's Christian Romero attempted to clear a dangerous ball but made a poor header, leaving Szmodics unmarked in the box. The striker made no mistake with the overhead finish, a moment of sheer quality that was met with jubilant celebrations from the visiting fans. For Szmodics, it was a personal milestone, and the significance of the goal was heightened by the fact it was Ipswich's first Premier League goal of the season. Ipswich wasn't done yet, and they doubled their lead just before the break in the 43rd minute. This time, it was Liam Delap who got on the scoresheet. The goal came after a smart piece of play by Omari Hutchinson, who made a well-timed run to break clear in midfield. Hutchinson then delivered a low cross into the box, which Tottenham goalkeeper Guglielmo Vicario could only parry. Delap reacted quickest to pounce on the rebound, slotting the ball into the net to make it 2-0. It was a well-deserved goal for Ipswich, who had been the better side in the first half. After the break, Tottenham came out fighting, determined to claw their way back into the game. They created several chances, with the best falling to captain Son Heung-min. The South Korean forward unleashed a curling shot that looked destined for the top corner, only for Ipswich goalkeeper Ari-Janet Muric to produce a stunning acrobatic save to tip the ball over the bar. Tottenham's frustration grew as Dominic Solanke thought he had scored in the 55th minute. However, after a VAR review, the goal was ruled out as the ball had hit Solanke's hand before crossing the line, much to the dismay of the Spurs supporters. Despite continued pressure from Spurs, Ipswich held firm. Solanke and Son both fired over the bar as Tottenham struggled to break down Ipswich's well-drilled defense. Ipswich's discipline and organization at the back were key to their success, and as Tottenham pushed forward, they were vulnerable to counterattacks. The visitors maintained their composure and resisted Spurs' advances. Finally, Tottenham found a way through in the 69th minute. After a Pedro Porro corner, midfielder Rodrigo Bentancur rose highest in the box to meet the ball with a powerful header that flew past Muric to make it 2-1. The goal reignited hope for Spurs, and they brought on midfielders Yves Bissouma and James Maddison in a bid to find an equalizer. However, Ipswich's defense held strong, and despite a late flurry of chances for Spurs, including a few more crosses into the box, the visitors managed to see the game out. Ipswich's win was well-earned after a string of frustrating results earlier in the season, including 5 draws and 5 losses. For manager Kieran McKenna, it was a massive boost, proving that his side can compete with the best. McKenna praised the team for their fast start and their ability to hold firm under pressure. "We knew we had to start fast," Szmodics reflected after the game. "It's a tough place to come. We deserved the goals in the first half." Delap echoed those sentiments, adding, "We've put in so many great performances and just lacked that final bit. The performance was terrific. We couldn't be happier." For Tottenham, the defeat was a huge disappointment. Manager Ange Postecoglou admitted that his team's slow start had put them on the back foot. "We gave ourselves a mountain to climb," Postecoglou said. "Second half we had chances but didn't do enough to win the game. The loss left Spurs languishing in 10th place with 16 points, furthering the pressure on their manager and players as they search for consistency. For Ipswich, this victory was not just about 3 points, it was a statement that they can compete in the Premier League. With Szmodics, Delap, and a solid defensive performance, they have shown that they are capable of taking on the big teams. The result will no doubt inspire further confidence as they look to build on this win and continue their survival fight in the Premier League.